This episode of Gangsta gave us about 3 things. First was an upcoming battle with apparently Nicholas and the new Twilight. The second one was actually foreshadowing with a few names that were dropped that probably revealed both Alex and Nicholas's backstory, and then you also have a backstory with Warwick and Nicholas. And from what in the backstory, when they were addressing him by Master Wallace, maybe he changed his name to Warwick, or Nicholas just people just call him Warwick because, you know, they probably didn't hear him when he said Wallace, but hey, that's just me. But basically, this episode starts out with both Nicholas and Warwick, and they are in the interrogation room. Apparently, there were some bodies that had been, like, chopped up and stuff, and all of a sudden, Chad is basically suspecting, well, he didn't suspect them, but he brought them in for interrogation, so, you know, he wouldn't get yelled at by the people that, you know, watch him. And we see a new skill that we haven't seen before from Warwick. And apparently he gets this handbook and he starts looking at this evidence, or he starts looking at the records. And apparently he is really good at addressing addressing body features of different people, because like he addressed this one person, he had a tattoo, and he addressed who that person was, even though, you know, the bodies were so damaged up that you couldn't really identify the victims. So he was just identifying the victims left and right. Going on, we see a backstory with him, and apparently he's supposed to be like a rich kid. He was supposed to be born into a wealthy family, and then the way he met Nicholas was because of bodyguard. Apparently, Nicholas was supposed to be his bodyguard. I guess he was just around his age. And what I really liked about Warwick was that, you know, he would just stay there and he would just read books all the time, and then he doesn't come off as like a really dumb person. He was actually a really intelligent kid. And then like he sort of like put off his tutor, going like, listen, such and such happened, I already know this, so you don't have to come tomorrow. And see that he was, I guess it's just all rich kids, but a lot of rich kids were just snot-nosed, and he was a really big jerk to a lot of people. But I guess it was just because he was immature and he was mad. Moving on, apparently Alex is just sitting there, and I guess she gets like some sort of hallucination or vision from this one guy, and she addresses him as Barry. The guy's not real, but you know, it's like a voice in her head. She's going like, so how long until these men drop you out? And then she said, and then this guy says, maybe you should spread your legs for them. And then she says, those men aren't like that this time. These men are different. So maybe we'll probably get a backstory from Alex, as, you know, her being abused every time she would like talk to guys. She would be abused, sexually abused, you know, all that stuff. And going on, we also see a new Twilight, and this upcoming battle is about to look good. Like, in my opinion, it's about to look good. Because what you have is, you know, one of the mafia bosses, they're getting pinned down. You know, once the gunfire is over, you know, they think that they've probably gotten everybody, and we see, I guess, another Twilight, except he's like a lower rank than Nicholas, and that is Delico. I think his real name's David Monroe, I'm not sure, but yeah, he apparently just likes to fight with guns. He doesn't have any other blades like any other dog tag, except for that one that was in the I guess first or second episode. And what we see here is that, you know, he was apparently hired, and I guess in the place that they are, I guess Twilights can be hired as hitmen, which they've been sort of used for the past. But I guess it's basically what Bandia is. They're either a cleanup group or hitmen. And the thing is, there's this like little child that comes in with a hoodie, and they're going like, okay, there's a child, is he alright? And then he pulls out these blades, and he starts slicing people up, and there is no censoring. No. There is blood everywhere. There was even a time where one guy got decapitated. So, I mean, Gangsta, man, stuff can get pretty rough. And he was really agile and everything. Delico tried to fight against him, but then the kid said, you know, you're good, but you're no match against me. And he was just good, man. Like, he had dreads, he had a hoodie on, and he was just slicing everybody up. And then suddenly Warwick and Nico come on the scene, and they are trying to see what happened. And then Nicholas comes in out of nowhere because I think the kid showed up again, and he was trying to get the mafia boss. And then what happened was Delico protected him, and then Nicholas just came in, and I guess sliced one of his blades with his katana. And whoa, like we're about to get a really good upcoming battle. episode 5, we'll probably get to see the full potential of how this series can be animated. Anyways, tell me in the comments, what do you think about this episode? Do you think that Alex's backstory will be somewhat interesting? I think it will. And that is about it for me today. If you guys like my review, be sure to subscribe if you're new, and then like the video if you liked it. And until we meet again, see ya.